Hello everyone, welcome to a new playthrough for Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. This game was made by the same studio that made Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, Outcat. Except this time, instead of being in a fantasy world, they made the same CRPG approach in Warhammer universe. And I believe they did a fantastic job on this. This gameplay, it's gonna use the Lex Imperialis DLC along with the Void Shadows, and we're gonna play this as daring, so nobody gets any bonuses left and right. I do believe normal is a little bit too easy. Hard, it can get really hard later. I'm not really enjoying it. So let's play. We're gonna create a new character, which I'm gonna use the new character from Lex Imperialis. So we wanna do the shotgun approach, the Vigilant. So that one is like a Terminator kind of. I think this one is a little bit too much. Right? Yeah, let's use this one. Looks pretty badass. And we want to do the fortress world. So we want to be someone who was born on the planet, which is all immersed in warfare. We're gonna have as features the never stop shooting, which adds at the start of the turn. Each time a fortress wall character kills an enemy, they gain 10 stacks of never stop shooting. At the start of their turn, there is a stack of never stop shooting % chance that the first attack this round will cost 0 AP and will not count towards the attack limit per turn. If this effect triggers, all the stacks are lost, meaning if we killed one character, we're already gonna have 10% chance that the first attack will cost 0 AP. If that does not get triggered and we still kill the person, we're gonna get then 20% that the next one will be, and so on until we do trigger that, and then it resets. One downside is the fellowship. We are not too friendly, but it's fine. I'll take it. Combat aggregate. Fortress wall characters gain 7 ballistic skills, perception, willpower while in combat. Yet while out of combat, their intelligence, fellowship, perception, and willpower are decreased by 7. So yeah, we are strong in combat and we suck when we are outside the combat, which I'm fine with. Familiar kickback. At the end of their turn, fortress wall characters gain stacks of never stop shooting equal to half the minimal damage of the most damaging ranged weapon they used this round. Never stop believing. When all stacks of never stop shooting should be lost, they become will point divided by 3 stacks instead. Additionally, a fortress wall character may upgrade their willpower characteristics even if their current archetypes do not allow it. Hail of Steel. Each round, fortress wall characters gain stacking +1 bonus to dodge against ranged attack for each shot they made during this round. Also, the ranged burst attack grants an additional +10 stacks of never stop shooting. Spare magazine. Fortress wall characters first reload in combat cost 0 action point. It's not very common. We're gonna end up with a reload, but just in case, the first one will be 0 action point. Also, reloading a weapon grants an additional never stop shooting. So pretty much everything we do, almost everything we do, is gonna add up to never stop shooting, which increases the chance of one shot being 0 action points. So we're gonna do the arbiter, and this is the one. Oh, we have a lot of talents. Shotgun mastery, can wield two-handed shotguns. That's a Terminator. Armor piercing, arbiter successfully attack, reduce enemy armor. Arbiter's physical training, the arbitrator gains toughness equal to half their equipped shield. Public sentencing, whenever an enemy adjacent to the arbitrator fails a willpower resistance test for the first time in round, that enemy provokes an attack of opportunity from the arbitrator. If multiple enemies fail this test at the same time, the attack of opportunity is triggered against one of them randomly. Prepared prosecution, during the tactical phase, the arbitrator can be placed in a cell adjacent to an enemy. Pillars of the law, after the arbitrator uses a heroic act or a desperate measure, they gain coercion and willpower bonus block until the end of the combat. Lawful intervention, the arbitrator again can parry incoming attacks with a ranged weapon. To calculate the parry chance, the arbitrator's ballistic skill is used instead of weapon skill. The arbitrator can make attacks of opportunity with a ranged weapon that they can use in melee range. So I can use my shotgun as a parrying. Law and order. The arbitrator's attacks made on other turns deal so many will action more damage. So the arbitrator's attack made on others' turn. So this is probably attack of opportunities. Pacification procedures. Once per turn, an arbitrator can throw a grenade that does not deal damage on impact. That action costs 0 action point and does not count towards the attack limit per turn. Interesting, why would I do that? Mob justice. Allies in a 3-cell radius around the arbitrator deal more damage. So it even influences the people around. Binding purpose. As long as the arbitrator has more than 90% wounds, which is health, they are immune to the following negative effects: blinded, disturbed, fatigued, perplexed, slowed, and staggered. That's awesome. Steady hand of justice. With one-handed shock platoon or a one-handed power maul equipped, the arbitrator gains 10% to parry and reduce the weapon skills to enemy hit with this weapon by -10 until the end of the combat. This weapon also deals 25% more crit damage. With a shotgun, I don't think so. I wanna be a vigilant. This is it. So ballistic perception. Coercion, Lord Imperium. The shotgun attacks has so many penetration, additional armor penetration, and inflicts shotgun maximum damage levels of bleeding on targets hit. So we do bleeding too. Double slug. This shotgun attack allows the arbitrator to make 2 single shots against the target. Good. So let's see which one we want. Lord Imperialum. Don't we already have Lord Imperialum? Sure. What about athletics? We don't have too many athletics. So the athletics. Persuasion. Do we have like persuasion? No. Let's try to talk our way out to. You know, try to convince people. And it represents the ability to resist negative effects or alcohol. Now this one is this. Poison stimulates alcohol. No, I don't wanna drink. So we're gonna do the soldier one. Soldier. And maybe overseer. Overcharge. Skills. Or arch militant. We'll see. Bounty hunter, usually it's the it's from the distance, it's like a sniper base, but I want to use shotgun, which is a little bit closer. I don't want. What about this? Always in the thick of battle, using their leadership and combat prowess, master tacticians are able to harness the momentum of their party to enhance the combat effectiveness. So this is a buffer. We're gonna probably go with this arch militant or overseer. I'm gonna decide when time comes, but for now we go with this. Alright, so weapon skills. So we need ballistic skills a lot. Alright, like that. Willpower. Willpower reflects characters' ability to withstand the horrors of the warp. High willpower allows characters to exert control over a crowd or interrogate. I don't care so much about it. Let's cancel this one, fellowship. Also increases the chance of resisting negative mental weapon skills. Toughness. Let's put some life. Okay, we put some. Okay, let's do. Add some life. We need to be able to dodge a little bit because we're gonna be pretty close. And some initiative. And how much we have. That's it. It's fine. Okay. Patient Fortune. Seeker's Heaven. Trailblazer. First Forged. Arcanum Redemptions. Malefactum Repent. Unbound Arcanum Lucidus. Harbinger of War. Ooh, yes. Harbinger of War. I will take it. Take it. Yes. Good. And meanwhile, my name. Well. Here we go.
an excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
Yes, it's truly an awe-inspiring sight.
That is the purpose of all temples to the God Emperor, to inspire awe and reverence. For it is the duty of his servants to persevere in their tireless service until they are presented with the chance to give their very life for the master of humanity. Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
Rogue Trader, a subject of the Imperium with a unique hereditary title. A rogue trader is tasked with exploring and exploiting the still uncharted regions of the galaxy for the benefit of mankind. My name is Rel.
My regards, Master. Or should I say, von Valencias, scion of a blessed rogue trader house in the service of the Imperium. Perhaps this kinship came as a shock to you. Understandably so, given that all evidence of the connection was lost in the generations separating you and Lord Captain Theodora. It required no small effort on the part of Her Ladyship's servants to discover and verify this blood tie, which has now made you one of the heirs of this dynasty.
So I like that a lot of dialogue is voiced, but not all of them. And in the full disclosure, I'm using a mod in which all the dialogues which are not voiced, they're gonna be synthesized by the computer. And the cool part about it is that it's not gonna use only one voice for all those dialogues. It's gonna use different voice for male characters, different voice for women characters, and also different voice for the narrator. So it has a little variation, which is pretty cool. It helps a lot instead of just reading. Helps a little bit with the immersion. So, Lord Captain, a strange title for the Lady Theodora.
Such are the traditions of the Imperium. Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of the Lex Imperialis, at the time when the first rogue traders entered the God Emperor's service, and therefore, it is sacrosanct.
Why am I aboard this vessel? Why have I been brought here?
So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the rogue trader, indeed blessed by the God Emperor. I see that you are shocked. Yes, you understood correctly. Lady Theodora's authority indeed supersedes that of those whom you obeyed before. The Lord Captain's power is so great that she is capable of performing unthinkable feats, such as changing the fate of a servant of the Imperium. Your fate.
You have a curious title, Master of Whispers. What are your responsibilities?
To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencias. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
Tell me about the one of whose ship I have found myself.
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back, especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Suffice it to say that her ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities.
Warrant of Trade, the sacred relic document that affirms the preeminent rights of a rogue trader throughout the galaxy. So this is kind of like the proof that I am the rogue trader. Without this, nobody recognizes me as a rogue trader. You say that I'm one of Rogue Trader's heirs, so there is another candidate?
There is, and you will meet him soon enough.
I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let us address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Alright, let's go. Roll. Movement, okay. This one. Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencius desires to personally meet with a person recently brought aboard her flagship. A storm is brewing over the dynasty, so the Lord Captain has something important to share with her heir, if she ever gets the chance. So, follow Conrad on the officer's deck. Some objects in the game can be interacted with within a special way. They are marked with specific icons. Some icons allow you to study objects, others will transfer the character to a neighboring location or launch a small event. These icons become visible when your character is standing close enough to the interactive object. Click left mouse button on the icon to perform the associated action. Some interactive objects such as doors or chests are not always marked with icons, but the cursor changes when you hover over them. Hover your cursor over the object. If the cursor changes, the object is interactable. Hold tab to highlight. Okay. So this
None shall stand in my way.
So this, you see, I'm gonna click here.
Glory to the Omnisia, giver of knowledge.
This was the mod. So knows that it's a male character and just does the speech.
Laypeople interfering in the operation of the sacred mechanisms disturbs the machine spirits. In the name of the Omnisia, refrain from any further profane acts.
Yep. So let's follow.
One of the von Valencius trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
What's happening? Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
Rel, shoot. Shoot, and don't let it get close.
To survive in the grim darkness of the far future, you will have to face enemies of all kinds and fight for your life. This hints and tutorial will familiarize you with the combat system of Warhammer Rogue Trader. Click the button at the top of the screen to start the battle. Alright, start the battle.
Death to the heretics!
Whew. All battles in the game are turn-based and take place on the grid. On their turn, a character can move, attack, and use their abilities. Select a cell within the highlighted area and double-click on it to move the character there. Movement points determine how far a character can move on their turn. 1 MP corresponds to 1 cell on the battlefield. Moving diagonally is more costly. Every second diagonal cell uses 2 movement points. At the beginning of each turn, movement points are restored to their maximum value. Note that once a character starts moving, this action can no longer be cancelled. So what do we have? We have just a little gun. Inventory, nothing. I'm guessing because this is the tutorial. To make attacks and use abilities in combat, a character must spend action points. Their total is displayed on the panel at the bottom of the screen. Every attack or ability has a certain AP associated with it. The number of squares next to the icons of attack action and other abilities indicate their action points. At the start of each character's turn, their AP are restored to the maximum value. To attack, first click on the single shot icon on the weapon panel at the bottom of the screen. Hover the cursor over an enemy, tooltip will appear showing your chances of hitting that enemy and the possible damage you can deal on a successful hit. Click on the enemy to fire. The amount of damage your characters deal depends on the parameters of the weapon they are using. The effectiveness of the shot depends on the distance between the character and their enemy. When you target an enemy with a single shot, you will see 2 areas denoting the weapon's effective and maximum firing ranges. Certain abilities in the game are considered attack actions and can only be used once per turn unless affected by specific talents or other abilities a character might have. If a character performs an attack action, they will not be able to attack again and will lose their remaining movement points until the start of their next turn. So, simply said, once we attack, we cannot move. Okay, this one says 90% and the possible damage anywhere between 5 and 8. Did 6. Okay. Spades to finish that turn. Of course you miss. Don't even get close to me. And another one. I'm gonna use
Suits
this.
my purposes.
This one is hit and run. The soldier gains 4 MPs. Their next attack costs -1 AP, and until the end of the turn, such